Oh yeah, man. I'll make it PG. Me and Grady, I got a phone call. I was living in Wilmington. I got a phone call. A friend of mine's sister had a tattoo shop in Tallahassee, Florida. It was Dixieland Capital City Tattoos. And this guy Grady had worked for him. You know, he had apprenticed there under Barron, and Barron was the person who opened the shop, of course. And Barron was hardcore. He was an ex-biker. Like, I don't want to mention the name of what club he was with, but he was with the world-renowned club, to say the least. And Grady thought he was a badass just because he hung out with him or whatever. Well, Grady had a bad drug problem, and what happened with him was he would nod out while he was driving and run into a tree. Not once, but twice this happened. So the owner had passed away. His wife was stuck running this tattoo shop, and she calls me because I had tattooed her sister here in North Carolina. Well, first question out of his mouth, she's like, "Do you have a gun?" I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "I said, have gun, we'll travel." And she thought that was funny. Well, I didn't realize that why she was asking me at that point if I had a gun or not, because I had not run into this fool by that time. Well, I get there. This guy had trashed, because he got fired by her. He comes in and trashed the tattoo shop and like kicked over like a 50-gallon fish tank, so it stunk like fish. There was fish gravel everywhere. It took me almost a week to clean up the shop before I could even tattoo in it. Well, finally I get tattooing. It's been about 2 weeks had gone by, and he had been in one of his accidents, and I knew exactly who it was when he walked through the door, because the dude had like a neck brace on, a broken leg, was walking on a walker, and he had, the shop was right across from FSU. You know how big a football town Tallahassee is, you know. Well, he had 2 football players with him the size of door frames. And back then I carried a pistol, but she'd given me a .45 Desert Storm, and I had that in the back. And she also had all white red-nosed Pitty, and then she had an AKC Rottweiler that was police trained in German. And I had them in the back room. Well, my office, you could see through the mirror, so I saw him coming in, and it was kind of a long stretch of hallway. So I see him hobble his ass in the door, and I'm like, "You might as well just turn around and go right back out." And he goes, "You don't know who you're messing with." So I walk around, and he didn't know I had any arms on me at all. And I said, "Nah, you don't know who you're messing with." And all I had to do was, I took and I pop, 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 pop onto the door, and the dog started freaking out. I have never seen 2 goons and a guy in a walker get the hell out of a shop quicker than they did. It was so funny. Well, throughout the months that I worked in Tallahassee, he would do some messed up stuff. Like, somehow he found out that I was moving, got into my house and put a moccasin there. The guy had helped me at the tattoo shop was a good old country boy, thank God. Because, like, we walked in the house, we hadn't been there for a couple of days, and we were like, "Damn, something stinks." And we thought, you know, it was just because the power was off. It was summertime in the middle of Florida, you know.
Yeah.
So we just didn't really think much of it. And moccasins have a stench about them, you know what I mean? Well, we were picking up the couch, and as we're picking up the couch, he drops it on me. I'm like, "Jason, what the hell are you doing?" Well, he snatches up this moccasin by the back of the head, and he goes, "Man, somebody put a moccasin in your house." I said, "Damn." And then we knew who it was right away. Yeah. Well, that night I took that 45 and we got drunk. And I do not condone this at all, because everybody has to grow up. But as we went by, he had just opened a new store, because I was one of his tattoo artists in that town for a couple of months. You know, he finally got on his feet, and he had all this brand new neon in his window. So I commenced to take his neon down because he tried to kill me. And that was the last time I ever heard from Grady. There was a lot of in-between stuff, but that was the 2 major things that sparked that feud.